Hello, welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks if you stuck around from the Minecraft stream. If not, no worries. Good to see you all. We are continuing the Elden Ring A-Z with our Bandit's Curved Sword playthrough. It should be a bit of fun. At this point, we are doing pretty well with it. And, yeah, we're going to load this up. Hopefully this will work. The problem with Elden Ring is that it never remembers that I want to stay in borderless windowed mode on this PC for some reason. Anyway, here we go. Back at it with Dan Bandit, the wielder of the two Bandit's Curved Swords, one of which is imbued with fire, the other which is imbued with cold, and has a really nifty power stance two-weapon moveset. So I have been farming runes, as you guys can see. We have 2 million runes to spend right now. Our current level is 44. Here at Mohgwyn Palace, we're going to be far exceeding that. I think we're probably getting up to like 104 at this point. So the thing with these is, one of them, the one that has the fire Ash of War on it, we're using Flame of the Redmanes for this. Yes, Karen, welcome in. You did hear Elden Ring. I used literally every arrow I had, by the way. I have no more arrows left, so the bow can go. The fire one scales with strength and dex, primarily strength, and this one scales with dex, strength, and int, but primarily dex. So we're going to scale strength, dex, and probably a little bit of int, but I also need to get hold of a decent amount of vigor, because we're going to Lane Delve today. We do, however, need to beat another Shard Bearer, so more on that in a second. Let's get this up to, like, 40. Let's get this up to, like, probably also 40. Let's get Vigor up to 35. And let's see how many more points we can put into Intelligence. I think that's about right. I think that's about right for level 103. That gets us twice as much health as we had, basically, and a bit more damage. The damage increase does not seem like that much, but when you consider that A, it's doing burn and frostbite damage, and it's also going to be a pretty fast attack, like dual wield 2-weapon moveset, I think that's pretty decent. We also have the winged sword insignia. We're probably going to get Millicent's prosthesis like we did before, because it seems like having lots of like repetitive attacks works pretty well. So I think we'll go and do a bit of Millicent's whole quest line here. So we could go and fight Radahn, Renalla, or Rykard. And I think we're probably going to fight Renalla because it's the easiest. But yeah, I wasn't quite sure how we were going to get that stuff taken care of. I think first we're going to start Millicent's quest. What's my preferred weapon or favorite weapon design? You like the halberds? Personally, I really liked playing with the spiked cestus. That's probably my favorite playthrough that I've done overall. Was just punch everything and do a build where you have really low equipment loads with the spiked cestus, but just a bunch of talismans that deal a lot of repeat attack buffs. But then on the A-Z, I got really familiar with colossal weapons for the first time. So the Anvil Hammer was super fun. The Ancient Meteoric Ore Greatsword was super fun. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to some other stuff that just gives me something big and hefty to swing. But I'm not normally somebody who does strength builds. Like, when I played the other Dark Souls games, I started Dark Souls 2 recently, I typically go for dex builds. So it's actually kind of fun to play something that's way outside of my usual, like, DPS machine kind of builds that I like to do. Fight all the R's. Yes. Yeah, no, there's a lot of them that begin with R. I'm pretty sure the most numerous weapon categories in terms of like the alphabetical order of things are also G, R, and M, although S and C also give them a run for their money.
To a strapping, don't fret. Should you I will teach. I need your name resting. When the urge admins for this, seek the needle.
Alright, we're going to seek the needle. It is very close by. And we should have a pretty easy time getting it from Commander Niall now that we have some pretty hefty swords to swing at him. Is it in a haystack? The haystack in this case is a man. This man specifically. And unfortunately he has a lot of other men with him, but that's fine because we can deal with them one at a time, or however quickly they want to come at me. Ow. Okay, he defended his homeboy there. Fortunately for me, his other homeboys are less well defended. Stay away from him when he does any of those big swirls because of the Scarlet Rot. But fortunately for us, fire is typically a good cure for Scarlet Rot, as the Red Mains have found out. Yeah, those guys didn't stand a chance. Nice. And that guy almost got a poke in before the boss went down. Okay, cool. So now we have the Commander Standard, which is a really, really good buff if you throw it on as like an offhand weapon. It's kind of difficult to do if you've got an Ash of War on your main hand weapon, but you do this, and then you swap back, and now you have like a plus 20% damage buff for 30 seconds or something like that. It's a bit absurd. And I've not really gotten into like buff stacking and stuff, but that's typically one people use for that quite a lot. Off to eat dinner, back later. Hey, no worries. Enjoy your dinner. Bon appetit. The haystack is actually a ghillie suit, yes. So, hibbity hop up here. We give the unalloyed gold needle to Gowry. He tells us about the secrets of Celia. We don't really need to worry about those. And he's going to give us the gold needle back once we log it out and back in. So we're going to do that because the nearest grace to here is actually a slower thing to go and get to than just reload the game.
I have the need. Will you give it? I will reward.
Okay, now we have that. And the cool thing is we've already been to the Church of the Plague earlier. Have we? Have we not? Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll do that now then. I think I just forgot to go there. Either that or I forgot to get the grace there. But I suppose I was also on the search for smithing stones when I was last in Dragon Barrow, so this is a very short trip and skips the whole Celia puzzle thing, which is nice because it's unnecessary for the character builds. We do have some intelligence stat that we could put into occasional magic spells, but I'm not that worried about int spells, really. Like, all of the int is mostly just for leveling the weapons. Which, as you can see, did pretty decent DPS in that fight. We're going to continue to level strength and dex, probably, to affect both weapons to a reasonable degree. Yeah, we never got this. I was wondering why our flasks didn't hit plus 10 yet, and that's really it, isn't it? We never came to Church of the Plague in the first place.
Well, my flesh, it is a curse. You to quell, but never mind. I would rather than some. Would you mind?
Alright, cool. So Millicent is now curing like a ham. And we can finally get plus 10 on the flasks. Solve that particular mystery, and she's up. She's up and about.
My apology. Everything, even the night. Not that I could.
And that's going to be a nice thing to have.
My name is Millicent.
In addition to the winged sword insignia. Ham, yes. Feels like the season for it, right? We're getting to the season for it anyway. Heart of Aeonia, we might as well use as our respawn point. There's like so many graces just tucked in a small area right there. But yeah, this is where it all happens. This is where the Scarlet Rot stems from, and birthplace of everybody in this everyone in this game whose name stems from Melania's name, which is Millicent, Mary, and all of Millicent's other sisters, whose names I forget now. There she is.
Oh, something. So I decided I've only perhaps. Well, I must.
Okay, and one more log out and back in, and I'm fairly certain Gary returns to that spot. You want to play Elden Ring, design your own weapons for the game? Then want and dream for a giant dog for a mount? That's a good reason to learn how to mod games, if you want to see stuff like that in-game. The only one you remember is Pollyanna? Oh, yeah. I guess they don't all begin with M, right?
Thank for giving me. And Esther, you've been as thank of the lost. Oh, indeed. It seems them, however, no. As I've is to be for.
Alright, so Millicent should now appear on Altus Plateau. And we did not actually go and get the Erdtree Gazing Hill site of Grace before, so now is a good time to do that. I don't think we'll need the Ritual Sword Talisman for this one, although it could be useful for like opening hits with that double slash that you do with a jumping L1, but we'll not worry too much about that. This is demi-human territory. Also, squirrel territory. For a long time, I thought the only way to get to the Loux runes was to jump up this set of cliffs. I didn't realize you could just ride there from the Grand Dectus lift. I always started down here and thought you had to, like, parkour your way up those cliffs. Hey, KG, thanks so much for the good luck. Appreciate it. We're currently on the trail of Millicent's prosthesis, so that we can build, kind of similar to how I built for the backhand blade, actually.
In truth, it's Scarlet as such, though rather I realized that I could have aided you. Now, after unleashing, I think she's in the land.
Alright, cool. So now we can head to the Shaded Castle, do our thing there. More cool builds. Yeah, dude, this one's fun. This is double curved sword power stance moveset. We farmed 2 of the bandits' curved swords. We put Flame of the Redmanes on one and Hoarfrost Stomp on the other. So now we proc Frostbite, and then when Frostbite takes effect, we immediately remove it with the Fire Sword, and it can start building up again. So you can kind of do repetitive damage like bleed. That's nasty. I like it. Yeah, it's fun, man. It's real fun. After this, we're going to go and do Renalla so we can get into Lanedale and then just speedrun to the end of the game, basically. We got the 2 Banished Knight's Sword after this, and then we go back to the DLC for Barbed Spear Staff, or Staff Spear, or whatever it's called, which is the weapon you get from fighting the guy at the entrance to the Abyssal Woods, the Madness-themed area in the DLC. It kind of looks like a Crucible Knight tree spear, but like more evil. Jory, yes, yeah, Jory the Inquisitor. Judge, Jury, and Executioner. Yeah, so we're going to go and fight him, which I've not tried to do with like a low-level character before, so it should be kind of fun. But we can get to the DLC within like 2 hours now, so it's not going to be too difficult to get there. Just got to figure out a build that will win it for us. 666, the devil's damage. Yeah, we're doing all right with this this build so far. Still not kind of typical bandit threads. I'm kind of wondering what we'll end up going with for armor at this point, but I don't mind sticking with the regular bandit stuff. I kind of like the way it looks. The thing about Elden Ring I've found is that mixing and matching armor sets doesn't work as well as it does in like a Dark Souls game. There aren't too many armor sets that look really good when combined. You've got to really do your fashion work. I think there's actually now a couple of like online tools people have made for like testing how certain armor looks together. Oh god, I just realized that the commander standard is making me heavy roll. That's not good. Well, fortunately, didn't need to roll for that fight, so there you go. Yeah, maybe we should take that off, huh? Oh yeah, and of course this is the bit where the zombies just don't let go of you. So, can I hop over this? Yeah, just about. Alright, we're out. We're out of the castle. But for whatever reason, it takes absolutely ages for them to lose aggro, so we have to ride away from that. Alright, about here is fine. Back to the Erdtree Hill. Give Millicent the arm. And then meet her at Windmill Village for Godskin Apostle.
Now she's passed in. Are you giving me... I think it might be...
Alright, see you at Dominula. And this run is going to feel very similar to Backhand Blade because of this. But I do like the status proc that we're doing with this. It's Backhand Blades was really like a bleed build until it transforms for the final couple of bosses into a dex build. This is really kind of focusing on the other status. And I shouldn't need to change it for the final boss because I think Radagon has some vulnerability to fire damage. Just do the last run again backwards. Yes, running backwards is sort of what I've been doing. FromSoft was diabolical, hiding the best dex talisman behind killing the best NPC in the game. Yeah, right. Yeah, definitely a choice. All right, Millie, let's go. Millie Vanilli. Hello. Ah, I see you are also a dex build. Let us dance, you and I. Yeah, I should roll that, huh? Get him, Millicent. Anytime now. Oh, ow, okay, he comboed me there. I thought I was rolling under, but I ended up rolling into him. Luckily there's a stake of Marika right here, so we don't miss much. Stake of Marika right next to two enemies who basically attack you right away if you stay too close to them. Right, let's go again. Still for too long. I'll grab my runes so they're not distracting me. There we go. The move that got me last time, not again. Go, Millicent. As though she's a Pokemon or something. I think, honestly, the Turtle Head Talisman might be a good one. Just so I can recover stamina slightly faster. I don't tend to like focus the stamina recovery stuff too much, but oh wow, okay, he really whips around with that one, doesn't he? Oh, I started with the flames. He started with the flames. I'm more worried about his than I am about mine. Oh, close one. No, you don't. Not again. Oh, that running L1 absolutely shreds. Thanks for the assist. Yeah, not my best work, but it was decent. One of the things I like about these builds is you can afford to get kind of sloppy. Sorry, Millicent.
Is there something? Why are you doing this? Now you're forced to my hand. I did not imagine it ending like this. But
Second time in a row, too, dude. It never feels good. But instead, we get a talisman that is twice as heavy as this, but does exactly the same dex build and also gives us the same buff as Winged Sword Insignia, which is wild. Yeah. So from here, I think back to Academy. We still need to go and get the Crystal Key, but from there we can go in and absolutely stomp Renalla, and then we'll head to Lanedale. I might also go and grab the, oh, took damage that time. I might actually go and grab the Dexterity, not Crystal tier while we're out here, so I'll have to go this way for that. Because I think the Wondrous Physic is still giving me like a half heal, which I don't need. So there you go. Might also be quite fun to get the Mixed Physic tier that gives you the same bonus, the Thorny Crack tier, but that's in the Snowfield, so we need to fight a couple of extra bosses for that. Do the whole Halig Tree thing. Fortunately not the Halig Tree, but like the hidden path to the Halig Tree. I am quite happy with the fact that we won't actually have to go to the Halig Tree all that much, because that area sucks. Thank you. And then we'll just ride north again, get to Temple Quarter, do the thing. Kids are back from the Panto, we'll have to watch later, no worries. The VODs are mostly up on Pixel VODs now, I just need to upload the last couple of attempts, last couple of runs. So this is the Rose Church. Northwest of here is the dragon, which we're not going to bother fighting. What is my threshold for leveling up? 65k. Okay, not too bad then. I could very easily have bought some more arrows and got us up to like level 125, but it's actually kind of fun seeing if we can bring the level threshold a little bit lower. I'm not at like rune level 1 levels of comfort with this game yet, but it's kind of fun seeing how we can bring the times down, bring the levels down. Yeah, I think Talisman 3 would be good to have the Turtle Talisman. I think Talisman 4... I don't know, we could get Erdtree's favor just to compensate for the fact that we have relatively low health and stamina stats. Got to Godskin Duo on your rune level 1 before you ran out of steam, yeah. And I know a lot of people, like, it sort of goes without saying, but people don't want to, like, summon for challenge runs like that either, so it's rune level 1, no summons. You can't use Banal or whoever the, like, NPC summons are for whatever bosses. So you've really got to, like, learn the fights and do them well. Which is difficult with Godskins. I guess you can use, like, sleep pots on them and stuff, but it's still kind of a pain having all of the stuff to craft those and farming ingredients and that kind of thing. It's really a slow and steady thing instead of a fast and get it out of the way kind of thing like I'm doing right now. Learned so much about the game. Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot just from doing a randomizer, which didn't feel like it was going to be a teaching tool in the way that it was, but I'm so much better at the Maliketh fight now, after having had to fight him in Radagon's arena, where he didn't have all of the obstacles and there's nothing to hide behind, and so I really had to learn what his moves are and how to dodge them. But that felt really good. Alright, Wizard School. Last time I was here with a Bandit character was Albi Spellin, which was the Albinoric staff playthrough. Remember watching that, it was great to see. Yeah, it was a fun playthrough. Albinoric staff is a good one. Arcane scaling is fun, and taught me that Great Oracular Bubble is actually one of the best spells in the game. Which is knowledge that I have kept with me through previous spellcasting runs. Although honestly, Comet did really well for us on the Azur's Glintstone staff playthrough, so... Excuse me. Alright, just making sure they won't follow me. We don't need to worry about the Onyx Lord here, because who needs the spell anyway? Figured him out very well in the end? Yeah. Yeah, Maliketh is a wicked fight. Let's swap this for this. Do I have anything that's 20k levels? Oh, I have a hero's rune. Okay, we'll use that. We'll just get rid of some of this. Red Wolf should be a pushover, but I don't know, he's surprised me before. Where do we want to put these? Strength is still good. Dex is improving one but not the other, and yeah, I think it's probably in strength still. Strength also gets us some extra physical defense, which is nice. Alright, this guy's going down easy. The guard break, though. I'm using the L1 all the time when sometimes I should just slash with one sword and not both. Alright. Sword doggo time. Told you can surprise me. That's still like basically 3 hits though. Insane damage. Yeah, I mean, I'm way over level for this area. I'm like 104 right now, but it's still fun. Still pretty fun to do that. 1 golden seed on me. I'll go and get the other one while I'm here, just so we can have extra flasks later. So I've got 9 right now. Could be better. Ignore the abductors. Yeah, they're no fun to fight. If anything, they're more fun when they can just take out other enemies around you. That cage went flying for no reason. Moongrum! My old nemesis. Oh, I still don't have my Wondrous Physic back. It's fine, we won't need it for Renalla. Don't you dare God counter me. Absolutely not. No healing either. Wrecked. Got the frostbite in the end. Renalla should be a one cycle as well, with the amount of damage output and the fact that she doesn't like dodge or do anything in phase 1. So this should be nice and easy. And then we're back onto the tricky stuff. I'm going to skip the cutscene for this one because we have seen it many times before. Oh, somebody just fell on me. Where's the next one? Where's the next one? Oh, behind the pillar. And there's our last one over here. Down she comes. Nice. All of the weird singing. Only thing to be aware of in this fight is making sure I keep my stamina. Especially when she's attacking like that. Oh, close actually. Yep, she actually got me. That's the thing, you can be whatever level you want, but it's all dependent on stats, right? If she's going to hit you, she's going to hit you. She's going to deal whatever damage you can take. Yeah, I need my Wondrous Physic for the second phase as well. I won't mind having that back. And honestly, I don't think this doesn't do a whole lot of magic resist. It's pretty even. Like, it's not as resistant as like a wizard's robe kind of armor set would be, but it's like pretty flat damage resistance. And we don't have to fight Moongrum a second time either. That'll be the first time Renalla's killed me for a while, though. Just can't get sloppy with it. Gotta remember I have Ashes of War as well. Actually use these weapon arts. Phase 1 should be nice and easy like it was before. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, cool. Better positioning than last time. few more hits. Nice. Okay, let's... Oh, one of them was like pouncing on me basically at the end there. That's funny. Okay, I'm just going to rely on that move, I think. That's pretty great. That running L1 absolutely slaps. Nope, no running away, no running away. Oh, I took all of that right there.
Come, oh sworn giant.
Nope, no giants for you. Oh, where have you gone? Okay, that's the first time she, like, literally disappeared on me when she did that. Come back here, you coward. That's how I expected it to go the first time.
Daughter, weave thy night into being.
There it is. Yeah. Nice and easy. So now I have access to respecking, not that I think we need to.
Where did he flee, my sweetings? Ah, is it thy to become? Be not, I would.
Alright. That's 2 great runes down. We'll go back to get our 3rd talisman slot and then head to Lanedale. Oh. Hello?
Only find you have now to become the thing as much now.
Yay! Alright. We have that done. Decent amount of runes. I think that's another level up. Yeah, let's put one into Vigor in honor of Renalla just kicking my butt slightly the first time around. And we're off to Outer Wall Battleground. Hey, what's up, Josh? Welcome in. Bandit's curved sword continues. We are headed to fight Morgott. Well, Draconic Tree Sentinel first, but Morgott just after. I think it's the Putrid avatar in the far side of Caelid who has the one that does extra stance break damage, like extra poise damage. In terms of like mixed physic tiers. So I think maybe I'll consider going after that one. Just for a little bit of extra chance to get a stagger in here and there, but ow, okay, got hit by that one. Okay, jumping L2 did it. Or L1 rather. That works pretty well. Get bullied, dude. Yeah, baby. All right, this is starting to click for me. I'm seeing the code. I'm getting the patterns. Putrid Avatar did really badly at the box office. Very good. Avatar: The Way of Water, followed by Avatar: The Way of Poop. Avatar: The Way of Scarlet Rose. Won't need this, so use that. That gets us to the next level. Yeah, aiming for 40 Vigor as just a baseline. Nice and survivable at that point. Here we go. Our next bow-related run is not for a while, so I doubt we'll be seeing this side of the other side of 60 Vigor for very long. But, you know, we'll maybe run into a couple of odd weapons here and there. I think the black bow is the next one. There might be a crossbow in there, though. The black key crossbow, I think, is called Creepus's black key crossbow, so we won't see that until the end of C. But there's a lot of them out there. Welcome back to Lanedale. Been a while. Up and over. Once we have the Avenue Balcony Grace, I think I'll probably go back and get the Stamina Regen Talisman. Let's give this guy a try first. Nice. Oh, thought I was going to get it. Just a couple more hits needed. Get the door. There we go. My lords, my lords. Okay, so for the Turtle Talisman, we need to head to Summon Water Village. So I guess we'll just ride the cliff. Spirit Springs here. Yeah, this one here. That'll do. Alas, you're returned. We're almost at Godfrey Part 1, actually. We're almost at Golden Shade Godfrey. But I am briefly back in Limgrave to pick up one talisman that I think is going to be beneficial. If I can remember where the cellar is. There we go. Just need a stone sword key for this one. We have Millicent's prosthesis again. We have winged sword insignia again. Now we are getting the turtle talisman for slightly better stamina regen. Which should go pretty well. And then back to Lanedale to head to Godfrey and Morgott. And I'm not certain what we're going to do with the 4th talisman pouch slot yet, because we don't have a huge range. I mean, Prosthesis Wearer Heirloom is just an easy add for +5 dex. We could also get some Great Runes started soon. Tempted to just go with Morgott's, but I think with the scaling we have on these 2 weapons, it might actually be worth having Godric's, because... Oh, ouch, okay. Forgot that guy comes from behind. Yeah, if we have Godric's, then we get extra boosts on, like, scaling with multiple stats, so it could be worthwhile. Devastating backstab, I know. He had, like, extra lightning follow-ups and stuff. Could not get away. Speaking of devastating backstabs, I was trying one. I think honestly just having him put the bow away is a win for us, because then I can just do this. You guys never really given me much trouble on this section anyway, but... Wow. Forgot the timing on that one. Thinks it's a Crucible Knight, this one. Always forget whether that drops any good, and then it turns out to be crafting material. Oh, yes. Oh, hey. I forgot about this.
My art for bringing here, and thus I shall farewell. I shall leave. I wish you luck. You have. I have no.
You want to maybe tell me about the fact that Godfrey is hanging out ahead? No? Okay, fine. Bye. We need 4,000 more? That should do. Still wondering what we can do in terms of armor. Still thinking what the Fashion Soul's choice is here. Also, kind of want to see how well this does against gargoyles. Doesn't quite proc Frostbite as quickly as I would like this, but... If I really wanted to do that, I could do 2 cold curved swords. This guy really suffers from not being in an arena that works for his moveset. Unlike Valiant Gargoyles, where they have all the space in the world. Not bad. Could be better, but not bad. Oh, these guys do not do well with fire, I remember. Being mostly plant, it kind of understandable. Bye. Off he goes. Warming me up for Godfrey, this lot. Oh, don't roll off the branches. Let's just go in and fight the lad. No need to be at full health unless he starts one-shotting me, I guess. Nothing much we can do with the statuses here, though, with a phantom, so... No bleed, no frost. Fire just does damage on account of being tied to physical, so... Oh, I thought I had enough room to roll, but I didn't. Oh, we got a stake right here. No biggie. Wonder if there's a Bandit Spirit Ash. I don't think there's one like the character class, but there might be something kind of similar. Like one of those Caden Cell Swords or something. Only 10k, not a big deal. Really punishes you for rolling away that stomp, that AoE. He is straight up relentless with those combos, though. I am appreciating having the turtle head, or the green turtle talisman. I think that's getting my roll stamina back with the time that I need. So that's not terrible. Bodes well for future Godfrey fights anyway. So, with Godfrey down, we're on to Morgott. We have our 4th talisman. What can we do with that? For now, I think just Prosthesis Wearer. And then, I think later, Erdtree's Favor +2. Just for a little extra stats. I think maybe we'll fight Fell Twins after Morgott, so we can get Morgott's Great Rune and use that. Like I said, Godfrey's, or Godric's would work okay, but I think Morgott's is ultimately what we want. Do we want to fight the Black Knife Assassin today, or do we just sneak past? I think we just sneak past. I think he's seen me. Alright. Morgott it is. Foul Tarnished. This is Graceless Tarnished, I think, this one, right? Let's give the lad our best shot. Beat Maliketh and Gideon yesterday. Not gonna lie, I expected Gideon to be harder. He's only difficult if you don't have the option of just rushing him down. Because if you die to him the first time, on the second time he gets harder because he doesn't monologue a whole bunch. He takes longer to prepare if
Godric the Golden.
You're fighting him for the first time.
The twin prodigies.
I have the most trouble with him on like bow only runs. Plus 10 Rivers of Blood keeps him on his toes. Oh yeah, no, you crush Gideon. He's vulnerable to bleeds, so.
General Radon.
And you're trying to get up close, whereas his whole thing is keeping you at range.
Luna Princess Rani.
Like Gideon literally has a move that returns the damage you've dealt to you if you stay too close to him. He just has a bunch of stuff to keep you at range, basically.
Thy kind are all of a piece.
Pillagers.
Pillagers, emboldened by the
such a voice.
flame of ambition. Have it writ upon thy meager grave. Felled thy king Morgott, last of all kings.
Sweet. Let's absolutely roll this dude. Roll or get rolled. There's the stuff. Okay, we got Frostbite right before, so that's good. Just gonna get a quick heal in.
Shall not be forgiven.
Oh, ow. Break the throne, break the throne. Oh, ouch. No, no. Oh, God. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he got me that time. Outplayed. Yeah, the getting space around him when he's comboing like that is rough. Round 2. We get the walk up this time. Hey man, how you been? Just gonna be over here getting my runes if you don't mind. He minds. Eye for an eye there, I think. Oh, ouch. Still doesn't like me healing after all this time. I love that big hammer slam because you can so easily punish it. Honestly, if I was going to pick another fight other than Maliketh to have gotten really good at, I think it's this one. I think I need to spend some time really learning Morgott, so I don't get caught out by stuff like that. Is this the time we do that, though? He turns into a spinning top. He does. He has so many, like, weapons that he just pulls out. He's got all of these extra holy weapons that he manifests. It's tricky. Okay, let's do a little bit of work on this. Yeah, he attacks like... He's got so many answers to anything you do. And that thing takes such a long wind-up. Okay, got the runes back. Yeah, there's so many delayed attacks in his arsenal that I just never quite get the timing down for. Like, you're reading the title correctly, because why? Why not? There are so many weapons in this game, and I've used, like... before I started this, I used, like, 3 of them. I mean... The whole point of this game is there being fun weapons to use. And I was getting stuck into a rut of always using the same one. And playing the same way, so I thought, sure, let's learn to play every other way there is. Compare this to Radagon, the difference is so severe, you can pretty much guarantee what his next moves will be. Yeah. Margott, or Morgott, is the most, like, organic feeling boss in the entire game. And I think the problem is, typically the best solution to attacks like this is to roll behind him, because whatever attack string he started is usually focused in front of him, but he flips around so much that it actually gets difficult to follow where he is if you're rolling behind him, because he's turned at that point. I think maybe running behind him works better than rolling. I mean, if you ever really need to, you just wait for him to do a jump attack, because he always leaves so much space around those, but he has fewer of those in second phase. And at this point we back off anyway, because he's got geysers.
Stained by my curse, such they cannot bear. forgiven.
Yeah, that's definitely one to roll behind. Yeah, I got interrupted, but he started an attack there because I pressed the button to heal. I got interrupted by the floor obstacle, and he still, like, went after me for it, which is so funny. Oh, nice, Theodore. You finished the Zweihander. Fun times. I mean, I'm looking forward to that playthrough for obvious reasons, but we'll see if I ever get there. I expect I'll end up using it at some point in the meantime, just as like a backup weapon for a Confessor build or something like that. Yes, 8 years from now. Managed to just get enough spacing on that one. Okay, we're going to get a frostbite proc right after this, I think. Or maybe not. Yeah, he has a grab with the sword that leaves a pretty big punish window, so that's also something we can look out for. Really sucks that that spear attack hits you multiple times. That's what we need to look out for. Yeah, if you dodge that accurately, then that gives you a pretty decent punish window. Okay. This time I think we got it. Actually fun to be challenged by this fight, though, again, just to have the opportunity to learn for occasions on which I will need to learn. Those. No idea what the camera just did. thought I was going to roll that and didn't. Okay, great. There's our frostbite proc, finally. Somehow that still hit me. Oh! He's tricky. Yeah, I think, if anything, if you're trying to take this fight a little bit slower, you need to do sort of what you do with Godfrey and Hoarah in the same arena, which is run. Create space by running instead of rolling. Got the option to summon Melina if we really want to, but again, I like knowing that this fight is a challenge. Just got so much. There's so many bosses who have like 3 things that they do. This guy has like 12. It's like anytime he does any attack, I'm like, is that new? Okay. In we go. Alright, not bad. Alright, yeah, that's fair.
Thy part in this shall not be forgiven.
We got it that time. Morgott. Yeah, genuinely, like, felt tricky this time. There's some fights we absolutely steamroll, and there's some fights that... it's the way I think I heard Carnage describe it at some point, where it randomly rolls 3 bosses that you will have a hard time with, that everyone else had an easy time with.
You are prevented the thorn, a husk, the only way and become my purpose. So I'd like to the flame then and guide. Shall let my share them with me.
Yeah, let's get 40 vigor at last, and yeah, we smash this. Who's next main boss? Is it Godfrey? No, we're headed to mountaintops right now, so the next main boss is technically going to be Fire Giant. But then we're probably going to do a couple of detours before that. Because Fire Giant is resistant to both fire and cold, which is what I have put on the swords that we're using. So I think we're going to just focus on the dex aspect of these swords. I've also just realized that we're still on plus 12 and plus 13. And once we get to mountaintops, we'll be able to upgrade them all the way to plus 18. And then we've got a couple of smithing stone 7 and 8s already, so we can potentially improve our DPS a pretty significant amount by doing that. But then, yeah, we'll see how we get on the next little area. I think we're going to go to Consecrated Snowfield now. So next major boss will probably be Commander Niall. Which is probably going to be quite difficult, just because of the ads he spawns. But we'll see. He needs to get that cough checked out. I honestly think, having played this game a few times now, of all of the bosses, Morgott is the one that I feel the most sorry for. Morgott is the one that I feel I have the most sympathy for, I guess. Oh, he's joining us today. Sometimes that guy gets on the elevator, sometimes he doesn't. But yeah, Morgott is a very cool character, has some really interesting motivations to act the way he does, has a really interesting history with his parentage and the Erd Tree as an entity, and Moog, and it's just like an interesting... It's like, it's not the kind of character that you typically see, right? Wish there was a book on Morgott, honestly, yeah. Morgott's definitely your favorite character. Yeah, the tragedy of his whole situation is really interesting. Get wrecked. Sorry about the horse. That's a somber, so we don't need to worry about that. Yeah, we could have upgraded the weapons a little bit more before the Morgott fight, and that might be why I didn't just steamroll. But again, it's fun to learn the fight a little bit. Eventually we'll have to fight him with, like, daggers and stuff, so... if he's tricky with the curved swords, then maybe we'll learn a little bit more. And he can be less tricky with the other stuff. Blade of Calling is going to be a fight at some stage soon. Sort of looking forward to that one, actually. Really strikes me as a way better version of Zelda. I mean, it depends what you like in games. And depends which Zelda. If you're talking about Breath of the Wild, I honestly love Breath of the Wild's approach to, like a physics engine. Because the, even in Breath of the Wild, before Tears of the Kingdom completely blows the lid off of everything, the amount of stuff you could do with, like, magnesis and stasis and stuff is just really interesting. Which you don't get that level of puzzle solving in this game. You get, what can I run through and hit? It's basically how you solve puzzles in Elden Ring. Radagon's story is pretty sad as well. Oh yeah, like Radagon almost feels like it goes without saying in a way. But you have to fight Radagon twice. I mean, you have to fight Morgott twice too, I suppose, but... So who are we fighting first? Mohg first? The combos started early with these two. Or is this one technically supposed to be Mohg because he's got more horns? Difficult to say, I suppose. But this feels like Morgott because he's got like the holy damage. And a sword instead of a... whatever the heck the other thing is. Oh, ow. There we go. Not the cleanest, but decent enough. Omenkiller ashes before we fight the actual Omenkiller. And let's go get Morgott's Great Runes so that we are a little more fortified. How many rune arcs do I even have at this point? Probably not many. 3. Haven't done many invasions. Even like the scripted ones. It's funny because every time I come here, we have the Fell Twins fight. I don't even think about it. I just go up here and get Morgott's Great Rune. I never realized that Mohg's is also here. Until me and Zloy XP came here in the co-op playthrough. Because Mohg's Great Rune is about PvP. It also, I think, helps your spirit ashes, but it works slightly differently. The whole Blood Phantom thing. Metal Gear Solid 5, the Blood Phantom thing. But yeah, it's just like, it's off to one side. What's here? Don't worry about it. Very unlikely to come back up here until you know, unless you know about Mohg's Rune too. Yeah, exactly. And like, most of the time I'm fighting Morgott before I'm fighting Mohg, unless I'm doing the DLC fast run, so. But there is a grate up here, so you can come back here very easily. Just never really think about it. We'll pop this now. Likely to get more use out of it if I'm actually doing a section of the game that I'm not going to fight a boss immediately. It's the ironic thing about the Great Runes in general, is that you always want to pop them right before you fight a boss, but it's actually... You get more value out of them just using them for regular gameplay. And Morgott's just gives you health. For whatever reason, I was confusing it with Radagon's earlier, thinking it also gave you a boost to stamina. But that's definitely Radagon's rune. I think today we will skip fighting the Blackblade Kindred who's up here. We'll get the Golden Seed because that means more flasks. Which I might end up needing for Fire Giants. Rah! Swoopy McSwoop over here. Still wish the DLC had given us a new Great Rune. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're kind of hamstrung by the kind of stuff that they don't want to make the game pay to win or whatever, so they don't want anybody who has the DLC to have a distinct advantage over people who don't have the DLC. And so, like, weapons and stuff, you can learn the movesets of if you come up against them, but, like, giving us a different Great Rune with a different effect or whatever just feels like, I guess, it unbalances the playing field too much for them, which, yeah, it does feel kind of like a shame. I was hoping for there to at least be like a second Flask of Wondrous Physic charge, or like more Golden Seeds or whatever, right? Like another Sacred Flask upgrade. But again, I think some of that stuff affects PvP too. I think giving you a second Wondrous Physic Flask wouldn't be too bad, because typically what happens when you go into any PvP scenario is it halves your maximum flask total, right? Something like that. At least that's what it does when you invade anybody in the scripted invasions that are part of PvE gameplay. So if you had 2 Wondrous Physic Flasks, it would still only leave you with 1 in theory. Still cool what they did with Mikola's, though very unexpected. Yeah. Go back to Round Table Hold now. I don't know if I'll have enough runes to buy all of the smithing stones I need, but at this stage we can almost certainly just go farm some more birds for it. So we have 1 smithing stone 5, and we need 12 for one of these weapons. And then I think 17 will do it? Let's find out, I guess. And then I have none of these, so we'll need like at least 12 to get one weapon fully upgraded, and then we'll need 12 more for the other. I'm seeing first time reaction to somewhere a Great Rune has broken. It's neat. It's very unexpected, and I think people often feel sort of let down by the fact that it happens just as you're exploring the open world, but to me that makes perfect sense, because it happening in a cutscene or as like part of an event where you see Mikola beforehand just kind of doesn't feel like it fits the events that follow. We need 4 more smithing stone 5s, and then as many 6s as I can afford to buy at this stage. And then we'll go and shoot some birds. Okay, 2 more, that's fine. We can get 1 sword up to plus 18. And then I think 3 or 4 birds should get us enough budget for the next one.
Back all no matter.
Okay, now I need more currency in general. You know what? Yeah, let's go to Carle, buy some more arrows, and then farm a couple more birds. We're an hour and a half in, so I might take a quick break in a sec, just to run to the bathroom, stretch my legs, and then oh, pots. Don't need the pots. There we go. We'll max out on arrows as far as our available currency goes. There we go, longbow. Alright, I will be right back, folks. See you in a few minutes. Okay, we're back. Hello. Let's equip the gold scarab just for gold scarab things. And that will get us enough runes to completely max out on arrows if we wanted to, but I don't expect we'll need to do too much more rune farming, probably just for the final smithing stones once we get Godskin Duo taken care of. I also think I need to do Albinoric Village now so we can check in on Nefeli. Because that's the other half of this, right, is getting the Ancient Dragon smithing stones. We can go back and rematch Grafted Scion. Let's do some of that stuff before we hit mountain tops. And that way we can be poised to upgrade these weapons to their maximum potential. So tempting to just immediately buy a level, but this goofy bird running off cliffs never gets old. It really doesn't. Yeah, so now we have the swords back. Say farewell to Ensha, because we will be killing him next time we see him. Yeah, now we have more than enough budget. Let's go up to 12 with those. I think we still need to buy more, but I will quickly make sure I buy the right amount. Makes up for the times they kill you in Caelid? Yes, it does.
Well, I took you no matter how you're out.
Okay, we need 6 more of those. And we have a couple of Smithing Stone 7s already, so the Fire Curved Sword can get up to 18 or 19. Yeah, 19. Is that a good way to level up and farm runes? It is one of the best ways. The only other good way being the Albinorics, who are on the same area, the same like slope leading up to the Grace. And they're only really easy to farm if you have something with a good AoE or like an attack of like a cone shape, basically. Like the weapon that most people typically use to farm them is the sword you get for beating the final boss of the game and using its remembrance. So most of the time people farm runes for New Game Plus that way, and in New Game they're farming stuff with just shooting those birds off the cliff. Right, back to mountaintops. No, wait, back to Albinoric village. Yes. Hugo and Roderica's dialogue after burning the Erd Tree and then unbinding the Death Rune genuinely made me sad. Oh yeah, no, it's kind of heartbreaking, isn't it? Again, I said I have a lot of sympathy for Morgott's character as far as one of the bosses goes. As far as NPCs goes, it's Hugo all the way. Hugo's like one of the most tragic characters. We won't need that grace, so I'm not going to avoid that for now. Just need to head in here and find the slope up to the Albinoric village. This is a grim looking place. But Nefeli should be here, I believe. There she is.
Oh, well, I witnessed the oppression awaking. But this time, and though there's such justice to let the scars...
Alright, cool. Nefeli doing her thing. Absolutely clowning on him, dude.
Please, no. Dear me. I haven't a clue. No
Can you
secrets
tickle
lie
this
with me,
man's
not a one.
arm off his sleeve with a
Please
curved
leave
sword?
me be. Wait there. Well. Aye, we're finished. The curse, I beg you. You must keep...
I really wish his mouth wasn't
Then
open
please
constantly. We'll head over the bridge and fight the Omenkiller because it's another fight that we can hopefully get through with relative ease. We'll summon Nefeli for this one so that she can at least make her presence known. Thanks, Nefeli, you did great. Participation trophy for Nefeli. And that was what exactly? Clinging bones. Okay, now instead of finding the Albinoric woman, we're going to go to mountaintops. Wait a second. Did I not get a grace on mountaintops? I guess I didn't. Time to hoist up the thing. Shout out to the longest Johns. I think I found the armor set I want.
This I did not expect. But if you do not care, lordship, I'm afraid you are of no
This is also a pretty decent litmus test of how well I'll do against Okina later on.
is chaos.
Alright. Ronin's armor. Heck yeah, looks amazing. Love it. Really goes well with the curved swords, actually. We get better gauntlets. We get better greaves. I like to keep the bandit mask. I think that works pretty well. God, I love the cape. The cape is so good. I know what we're doing today, killing a man. Yeah, you do get the hat as well. The Iron Casa. But, you know, yeah, I prefer the bandit mask. We are, after all, Dan Bandits. I like how they give you a stake of Marika here because they knew you would try and fight this enemy. And maybe also because of the Golem Archer, but still. I think the Fire Prelate is more dangerous. Okay, that's the last we'll see of him. Trying to think if we can get any more smithing stones at Castle Sol. I think you can, but not really enough to invest in 2 weapons at this point. So I think it's really going to have to be a push for Farum Azula. The greatest bandit. The other question is, do we run ahead now and get the other 2 sacred tears to get better health flasks, especially since we have a bigger health bar. My instinct is to at least get one of them because it's just across the lake. And then go back and do Grafted Scion, actually. And finish Nefeli's quest line. Just so we've got that under our belts. And then come back and do Castle Sol for the Halig Tree Medallion. Yeah, we have to get the last bell bearing from fighting Godskin Duo, which means we don't get all the way to plus 25 until Farum Azula. Where there's obviously routes you can take and a few other weapons where you're not going to encounter it at all because you're using somber weapons, but you can get to plus 25 really early. Like, I still think 7s and 8s are mostly gathered from either mountaintops or some of the other late game areas, but you're getting handed them in Farum Azula after a while. Yeah, this is definitely a cooler armor set. I'm a fan of this one. I was rewatching bits of the VODs that I've been putting up on Pixel VODs, and I started rewatching one of the the previously ons that Zloy cut together of the last couple of streams, and the the bit where he's like, you know, words of Queen Marika linger here as well. Marika says, "You suck, go away." Does set be okay for a samurai build? I mean, yeah. It depends when you want to get it, because the samurai build has a couple of other options for thematically appropriate armor. This Ronin set, you have to get from a character who it's more interesting to keep alive instead of just kill for his armor right away. And then it's fine to kill him once you get to the point that I just got to. Yeah, you can technically get it very early. It's about whether or not you want to, and personally I wouldn't want to. I'm not fighting the Deathrite Bird, not today. Not with these weapons. Sorry, Torrent. Took one for the team there. Have to keep him alive because he gives you a rock. All armor in Souls games is optional. Yeah, it's like the armor affecting your quote-unquote build. There's only really a couple of pieces of armor that do it. It's mostly helms, actually. Like, the head armor piece is the one that has any kind of, like, bonuses that it adds to your stats most of the time. There are occasionally other ones, but it's pretty rare. Okay, now we're at Castle Sol. We're going to double back and do 4 belfries. So I guess Crystalline Woods, and then we'll go up the hill. So we'll go to Church of Anticipation. Yeah, there's something that hadn't occurred to me when I was planning this run originally, was that yes, I am going to have to fully upgrade 2 standard weapons, which means getting however many smithing stones it is. Whatever 8 times 12 is. that 96? Yeah. Like 96 smithing stones for... Well, 97, I guess, because you have to get the Ancient Dragon one as well. So in total, 194 smithing stones. What do I think would be the best armor for samurai? You're new to the game, that's why you're here. Oh, I think honestly the armor that the samurai starter class starts out with is one that you could very easily complete the game with, and it looks very samurai to me. You can also get an alternate version of it from... I forget where the boss fight is. I think it's one of the ones in the northern Altus Plateau. You end up getting a like a different set, like a recolor of the same armor set, basically. But like, in terms of what's best, like, it's really just like what protects you from the most damage, and that's the same with everyone. You just have to have enough endurance stat to be able to to have it without being like a heavy load. To equip it without being a heavy load. Anyhow, let's go and see an old friend. Yeah, I forget what Okina's armor set is called, but it's like Land of Reed's armor. But different. Can you get that early in the game? No, I'd stick with the starter samurai armor for early in the game. Good fight. Didn't even look at this guy last stream, just straight off the edge. Yeah, technically I've never seen that boss in this playthrough. I knew my fate as soon as I arrived in the lands between. Okay, that's what we need. I'm not going to bother getting Stormhawk Dean because we don't need it really. What boss? Absolutely what boss? Let's go say hi to Nefeli.
Please, it's pathetic and... please, it's pathetic and...
Okay, cool. Then we talk to Gideon. And then we talk to Nefeli again, and then we maybe talk to Gideon again, and then we talk to Nefeli again. That was a boss that was just a mess of limbs. It's the boss that just becomes a standard enemy soonest.
Then I am known as a tarnished. You now belong.
Nah.
Indeed. So I had honestly determined. I suspect a dose of that.
Fight. I like how Gideon literally introduced himself to me because I haven't spoken to him more than once this entire playthrough. It's like, yeah, thanks, man.
You, please. It's pathetic. So you know, for indulged father, I would have done, and yet I betrayed him. And I think he'd... where is the just? He once told me he would never, as he simply... No, how could I? Father has... And now... Is that I can smell my thanks. I don't feel still. It reminds... Thank you. And this reminds me of...
Okay. That is basically everything we need to do. I think we do need to travel to Fort Height just to see Kenneth. Never certain of everything you need to do for this one, but I'm pretty sure now we have done that. If we speak to Kenneth here, that pretty much seals the deal. Fairly, my dear, you have a manipulative father figure. Well, yeah, it's... When his armor is made entirely out of eyes and ears, that should have been a bit of a giveaway, right? Hey, man.
Ah, you, is it? I suppose one must be true.
Sorry, Kenneth, you were saying?
I'm sorry, but I haven't the great, but now for a true. I'm for a true.
Alright, we're done here. To Stormvale. Am I going for a particular ending? Probably just the basic one for this playthrough. Our path for what we want to get on this playthrough does not really take us to any... I don't think I've ever entered the throne room, so that might be something we need to do here. I don't think our path here takes us to any endings that would be particularly different. Also doesn't necessarily suit the playthrough so much, right? Like, this guy feels like he's just getting the basic ending. He's not in the service of Rani, he's not searching for the truth like Goldmask is. I might do some more of the faith-based playthroughs following Goldmask's questline, because that's the one that I've never actually done myself. But, yeah, we've done Frenzied Flame, Fear's ending, and Dung Eater's ending.
It's been, I must thank you. I told Farum.
It's been some time. I was literally in the round table hall 2 minutes ago.
Some call that I have now. I cannot
Nice.
I would gladly.
Thank you.
I haven't seen as you can free to pick this up, lady. So I can't let you.
And that's 2. Great. Cool. Back to Castle Sol. So yeah, now we can upgrade our weapons to plus 25, both of them, which is nice. Let's get the Omen Lions out of the way first, shall we? So annoying that that's a somber, but never mind. Oh, rolled the wrong way for that one. Ah! Let me heal. Thank you. Okay. That'll do. Yeah, Theodore, Hollow Knight is probably on my list of games to play at this point because I've obviously heard very good things. Everyone calls it like Bug Souls or whatever because it's kind of in a similar vein to these types of games. Exploration, world building, lore, all of that. But yeah, I have yet to play one. I know that everyone's been passionately waiting for the sequel for a while. Alright, in before I get attacked by a Stormhawk again. Oh, almost. It's probably going to follow me because they usually do. Got it up against the wall in there, which was perhaps the best move I have managed with that guy. Nice. Take the butterfly. This guy I am not going to fight. Yeah, Dark Souls, but 2D. And, like, I've played difficult platformers and stuff before, like Celeste. Depends on your, like, realm of difficult, I know, but Celeste and Hollow Knight have a lot in common. Gonna ignore that. Gonna ignore most of the stuff in here, actually. I don't think I can really hit this guy. Or maybe I can. This part's annoying, though. The next guy I don't think I can avoid. Smithing Stone 6, of course, after we've just bought all of those. Yeah, I won't try avoiding that guy. Okay, time to fight 2 dudes and then a dude. Yep, you're a big old Chad, aren't you? Ugh, the worst. No, it's a nice easy run through from here. I guess we can avoid some of the ghost soldiers if we don't do the run through this bit, but it doesn't matter hugely. What's up, awesome trumpeter? I am doing very well, thanks for asking. Not too shabby, all things considered. This time we'll go in without the Great Rune because it seems like I may be the worse for wear if I try it. Be aggressive. That's a way to do it. Okay, that's one down, I guess. That guy's a little easier. Now he does this. Alright, let's see how this goes. Okay, this one he's going to get real tired out after, so... This is where we just get to wail on him. Sure. He has a tendency to one-shot if you don't keep your health full, so I'll... make sure that I heal after I do stuff like that. I'm really looking for the lightning leg move he does with his prosthesis. Because avoiding that is annoying. You can get a couple of quick hits in after that, but he has a tendency to whomp that staff down pretty quickly afterwards. Now he's just spamming this. This is what we're after. Mostly because I can combo around it. Ow, okay. Didn't think that was going to hit from that far. Alright. Smart man. Okay, why didn't that hit? That's weird. Oh, just about avoided that one. Probably out of range. This is it then. Pretty good fight. All things considered, not too bad. And I have, at this point, considered all things. Uh, 5,000 isn't going to do it, right? No, okay, way off. The ads were the worst of it. Yeah, that one guy with the 2 swords is so aggressive and has a lot of poise and absurd combos. Like, Dark Souls 1 could never, dude. In Dark Souls 1, that guy would attempt to hit you maybe twice and then reset to a position where you could really easily punish. Not so Elden Ring. But yeah, now we have one real fun Erdtree Avatar fight to do. I say real fun. Basically the same as every other Erdtree Avatar fight. The Secret Medallion, which has a different cutscene. Yeah, that was possibly the cleanest Commander Niall fight I've had for a while, aside from the ones where you can just comment as you're the guy. Elden Ring's just like, here's a sword, good luck. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Here's a sword, and enemies do not stop attacking you. Octopus! Gonna skip that grace because stuff just attacks you. And instead we'll go to the next grace, which is down here somewhere. I still feel like I do not know anything about the Consecrated Snowfield. Like, I really wish it was possible to see more of this area when the fog clears. I know once you get down the second half of it, it's okay, but there just being no other weather phenomenon here, it's genuinely so difficult to understand where it is I'm going without looking at the map all the time. And if I look at the map all the time, I get attacked by spectral dragonkin soldiers. All I know is that I am heading this way. In fact, I don't want to go that way. I want to go more this way. But, yeah, back that way is the other teleporter to Mogwin Palace. Over here is the map stele, and we need that. Oh god, are we getting invaded? Is this Anastasia? Yeah, I thought so. Anastasia Part 3 or whatever it is at this point. Bye, wolves. Yeah, right, keep running, lady. Honestly, if I keep running away, she'll probably just despawn. Well, she's persistent, I'll give her that. One of us has better jump attacks than the other. I'll leave it to you to figure out who it is. Good fight. Yeah, no somber weapons for me on this one. Two very standard weapons. So we need to head up around here, I think, to fight the Erdtree Avatar. And then this gives us the Thorny Crack tier, which means absurd DPS once we get a few hits in. Be very, very good for Elden Beast. And potentially Fire Giant, which is why I'm getting it now. The Albinorix coming out of the ground. So weird, dude. Is that... That's not where I need to be. Okay. I'll be going down this way then. Is it up here? Or is it even further back and I'm just... The Albinorix have been learning from the lobsters. Okay, yeah. When you start seeing Erdtree Guardians, that's when you know you're in the right place. And instead of the avatar actually being by the tree, it's up here. It's everyone's favorite kind of Erdtree avatar. The Scarlet Rock kind. Although these things are basically what this build was built to deal with. Dan Bandit is basically a lumberjack. Because these things are very vulnerable to both frostbite and fire. So that went pretty well. And that's the Thorny Crack tier. So we can add that instead of the Dex Knot tier maybe. And that seems about right. For our next challenge. Sorry, 1 second. Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Right. Not going to equip a Rune Arc right now because the next fight is Fire Giant, and who knows what's going to happen with Fire Giant. Yeah, let's put points into Strength. Strength is still the stat that is going to affect each of our weapons the most. I think at 42 Vigor we're okay. Yeah. And we could put the Fireproof Talisman on if we wanted to. But I think at this point I'm okay at Fire Giant. I'm not, like, absolutely crushing it every time. But I'm okay at Fire Giant. Once again, I had the urge to sneeze and then didn't. It's probably like the third time in this stream. I did not get a phone call from God. I had somebody respond to my call for players for a Morkborg game I'm running on Friday the 13th, actually. Should be pretty fun. Been sneezing a lot lately. Yeah, I think it's just the weather. I think it's just like occasionally cold air hits me. Yeah, so I posted about this on Blue Sky, so anyone who follows me on Blue Sky probably already knows, but I learned a couple of years ago that in Sweden there is this straw goat effigy that they erect every year for Christmas, called the Gävleboken, in the town of Gävle in Sweden. And basically every year somebody tries to burn it down. And since Morkborg is a Swedish original system, it's written by Swedish writers and artists, I decided to run a Morkborg scenario for like the festive season in which the player's goal is to burn the Gävleboken, but like the town is going to be set in the world of Morkborg, so it's going to be this sort of like twisted like Grimm's fairy tale version of Christmas, and yeah, the entire town is basically going to be trying to stop them from burning the goat. Yeah, it's going to be real fun. Having run a couple of Morkborg one-shots, I want to have this basically be like... Morkborg is like Elden Ring and Dark Souls in that it's so grim that it sort of wraps back around to being funny again. And I kind of want this to just start funny and continue to be funny. So for the person in chat who was asking what the other samurai armor set they can get, this is the one. This like white version of the starter samurai armor is the other version that you can get. Oh, ow, okay. Really shot me down that time. Oh, if he pressed there, he could have absolutely killed me. Honorable Okina does not heal. We have 4 Remembrance bosses left in your first Elden Ring playthrough. Does that include the DLC? Yeah, my first Elden Ring playthrough, I never even fought Mohg. I don't think I've fought all of the Remembrance bosses in like a couple of these playthroughs, but not the ones for the A to Z. Like I've done an all bosses run with Barefist Steve. Doesn't include the DLC? Ah, fair play. Who's left? I know there are some that are really, it's kind of weird that they have remembrances, right? Like there's like one of the Astels does, which is kind of an odd pick, but they wanted to give you access to those weapons somehow. So we have plus 12 flasks now. We're going into Fire Giants. Oh, I need to change the mixed physic, of course. That's why I did this whole detour. Ignore that bird. For everything in your co-op playthrough except Magnus the Beast Claw. Weird. I think sometimes the, Oh, it's Chris. Hello. Didn't realize you were streaming today, mate. Thank you so much for the raids. Hey, Caster Raid, welcome in. Hello, hello. Well, you know me, I'm sure. But if you don't, my name is Pixelriffs. I'm currently playing through Elden Ring with every weapon in alphabetical order. Because it gives me something to do other than stream Minecraft. And we're about to fight the Fire Giant. Hello again! Good to see you, bro. Hope you're well. Great to hear that you're all settled into the new house. Especially if you're streaming. Okay, DPS-wise, we'll probably be fine for this fight. Just gets a little bit tricky when he's going to absolutely destroy my horse, apparently. There we go. Get a few hits in. Yeah, when he's immune, not immune, but he takes reduced damage from both of the status effects I'm dealing with these swords, which is kind of the crucial factor of this build. And also I have issues with stamina management on this build as well. Don't ask me how I survived that one, I'm not even sure. Okay, this has gone pretty well so far. I think maybe we'll do pretty well in phase 2. I'm going to show you guys cutscene because Fire Giant cutscene. Sorry about that though. How many times have I beaten this game? I think a total of like 18 now. Or this will be the 18th. Because I've beaten it 3 times before I started the A to Z thing, and this is my 15th weapon of the A to Z. So, yeah, doing pretty well these days. I am down to the point where I can beat the game in probably like 5 or 6 hours. Depending on the weapon and what else I want to do, and like if there's any optional objectives I've set for myself. But if I'm just playing the game from front to back, it's like 5 hours. It's very, very optimized these days. And that's not even like a speedrun kind of strategy, really. It's just, let's go ahead and do what we can. Okay, now he's going to do the volcano thing, so we'll get a few quick hits on the foot while we can, just to build up some of that. Oh, he's not even doing the volcano thing this time. Oh no, he is. I just didn't recognize it. Alright. Time to kick this guy's butt. Oh god, oh god. Yeah, I forgot about that part. Hey man. Ouch. Okay, get on the horse. Outrun this. I find it really funny when he makes the same face that his chest does. Oh, ouch, okay. Okay, not doing terribly here. Doing terribly here. Another volcano move, I think. Oh, not so much, okay. Wrong move, buddy. There we go. Best fire giant I've done for a while. Oh, ouch. Okay. Whew. Yeah, that one worked out pretty well. Honestly, Thorny cracked here for the win. This thing was really pushing those damage numbers. You fought but killed both Melania and Placidusax. After that, you just have Godfrey and Elden Beast. Nice, nice. Yeah, I think we need to keep pushing strength. Like, it's still adding up, right? So, I think we get to Godskin Duo. We get the last few smithing stones, and then maybe we'll do Maliketh. Maybe we can squeeze the rest of it in. I've still got like half an hour. Playtime is at 5 hours 49, so not the quickest, but definitely not the slowest. Cruising at this point. You make it look so easy. You weren't here for Morgott earlier. Morgott kicked my butt today for no reason. Like, my weapons weren't as upgraded as they could have been if I'd done some more searching for smithing stones and stuff, but I was relying on getting to mountaintops so that I could buy the smithing stones. But, yeah, for whatever reason, Morgott was just really squirrely today. Morgott wanted revenge. He did. The throne, stained by his curse.
I have this world and death. Are you prepared to commit?
Are we prepared to commit?
Well,
I think so.
my hand.
Yes, everyone say farewell to Melina, folks. Time for a slight amount of arson? Yeah, No worries, Blackcloud. Have a good one. We're going to skip that one. We saw Fire Giant. Welcome to Farum Azula. We immediately get a Smithing Stone 8. And I think like 2 more. Just in case you weren't certain this was endgame. Oh, you know what else is probably really vulnerable to frostbite and fire? Beasts! I'd say so. I reckon that's pretty accurate. Before you start your acrobatics. Tutorial ends just before you get to Maliketh, yeah. Yeah, the amount of times you lurk in Elden Ring streams where somebody's playing for like the first time, and there are 3 moments where people are like, now the real game begins. Which is like, after you first get killed by Grafted Scion, after you fight Morgott, and then after you fight Godfrey. There's always someone in chat who's like, and now the real game begins, as you step out into Liurnia of the Lakes, having played for 40 hours and done all of the stuff in Limgrave. What's up, casual gamers? Welcome in. Doing very well. We're on our Bandit's curved sword playthrough, headed for Godskin Duo. Might be able to squeeze in the end of the game before the streams conclude here. Depends how well we do against Maliketh and Godfrey, I think. I'm not foreseeing Duo being a huge problem, but they might be, I don't know. Sometimes they're a problem. Iframes, son. Bandit Sword's nice to play. As a dual-wield combo, they are pretty solid. They are currently shredding anything that feels like remotely organic. Like if you fight any of the Erd Tree avatars, the Beastmen, anything that's vulnerable to frost and fire, because that's the elements I put on both. I put Hoarfrost Stomp on one and Flame of the Redmanes on the other. Never got the wet blades that allow you to just put the affinities on and choose whatever weapon arts you want. But in this case, it's working out pretty well. Oh, Somber 9, of course. Right. And yeah, we'll go into Duo. We'll see... if we can take them out nice and easily. And then buy our way to the last upgrade tier and go do the end game. What style build am I going with this one? Kind of like a warrior style build. We started with Bandit, but curved sword dual wielding moveset is really fun. So I will heal, please. Cool. In terms of talismans, though, this build is very similar to what we did with the backhand blade, but the backhand blade just gives you curved swords but held like knife style, like stabbing style. And a paired weapon instead of two individual weapons. But that style we went with bleed, whereas this is using different statuses, so... First time you played, you put frost on a flail, murdered most of the lines between like that. Fair play, fair play. I was never a flail user. Again, something else that I'll end up doing later in this series, if I get that far. But, let's summon Bernal for this one. See if we can get a cheap shot in now. Relatively cheap. Come on, Bernal, take your time. We've already had some experience with Apostle before this, so I may know what I'm doing these days. He moves a lot of the furniture with that last move. Nice. Nice little frostbite to wrap that one up. Time to go and assist Bernal. Alright, and get behind one of these. See if he... Oh, yep, he stopped the roll. Excellent. I don't think I can do a whole lot about him when he's like this, though. Because I have no ranged attacks, so... Oh, I guess Flame of the Redmanes. Oh, he got belly bounced. Nice. That attack so rarely hits me. Kind of funny. So, fun fact about Godskin Duo, you can actually hit them when they're going down. Like, you still diminish the health bar by hitting them as they're, like, despawning. So if I continue doing this, like, I'm actually taking chunks off the health bar, even though there's no target, for, like, a second there. So you can actually overkill them slightly, which is amazing. Right, we get Noble back. All about spacing with Noble. Especially when this happens, of course. Flame with Redmanes. Nice. Great work, Pinhole. Okay, and with all of the runes from that fight, we're going to go ahead and return to round table holds. Dunked on them. Yeah, honestly, I'm very happy that fight went as well as it did, considering some of our earlier struggles. Right, now we have a 19 and an 18. Which means when we hand this over, we need to buy... we'll need 3 and then... So 9, and then plus 12, so 21, I guess. And then we've got 5 of those already, so we need 19. Okay, that should do it. And then hopefully we have enough budget left to fully upgrade, but that's a lot of runes. We might not be able to manage the Ancient Dragon on both. But I forget exactly how much these cost. Actually, that's not too bad. Alright. We now have plus 25 on both our weapons going into Maliketh. The god-slaying weapons have arrived. Hugh losing his mind even more over having to forge 2 god-slaying armaments? Yeah. The poor man. He's done a lot, as old Hugh. Imagine we come into this arena, Godskin Duo starts again. Wouldn't go as well for me the second time, I feel like. Alright, not going to ignore this guy this time. Always goes badly for me when I do. I mean, Exhibit A almost getting killed by him. Nice. Beast dogs. Oh, this guy's got glowing eyes. Yes, please. More runes for me. And, whoop. Have I tried the fun jump? I have not tried the fun jump. You can jump from the grey item on the ledge, you can land on the pillar and skip this entire segment. Oh, like over here? Or down there? Oh, yeah, I've not bothered with that. I like getting the runes. It's kind of useful to top up later. Especially if you need to, spend them on a level right before Maliketh. That'd be my preference. Anyway, much so I want to ignore the dragon that's coming up, because we don't need to fight it, strictly speaking. We may have to. Mainly because it's a pain otherwise. Alright, we're down, but not out. And now we're getting all of these smithing stones that, fortunately, I no longer need. I'm finding more and more that just standing your ground against those birds is the best way to fight them, because if you try and like avoid their attacks and roll, it really throws you off a rhythm, whereas if you just let them come to you, or you get the drop on them like this. Obviously, in some cases you have to roll just to avoid getting struck by lightning or whatever, but... Like that. you just hit them when they fly close to you. Such a simple solution, right? Always easier said than done, this game. Oh, and here we go, get flamethrowers. Wasn't too bad. Ow. That kind of sucks. Where are you going? Oh god, don't throw me off the cliff. It's the last thing I need. Well, you got to attack all these dragons in the knees. That's what I want to know. What great rune you should use with a bleed build? Yeah, Godric's or Radagon's or Morgott's is typically the best. Like, you don't really have any options with great runes that help a bleed build any more so than any others. So it's really like, what are your deficits? Do you need more health, FP, and endurance? Do you just want more health? Do you want like a little bit of everything in every stat? Bearing in mind that, like, if you're not using faith for your build, if you're not using intelligence for your build, then +5 in those stats means basically nothing to your character. Except for the occasional moment where, like, having a higher int stat will help your focus score or whatever. You don't need to worry too much about it. Just making sure that guy didn't do anything funny. And we're off to Maliketh. I'm pretty sure at this stage I have enough runes that I can just level. Yeah. Yeah, that's comfortable. Preferably more damage output. You're not going to need more damage output if you have a bleed build. And there's not really anything that gives you more damage output aside from maybe Godric's. And that's like, yeah, +5 in every stat. If that works for you, it works for you. 600 on the right hand, not bad. Interesting mechanic would have a dragon's leg fall off when you hit it enough, then you have to hit their body enough to kill them. The thing is, with a lot of these dragons, somebody's already done that. You think of Placidus Axe, right? He's had 2 heads chopped off and he's still pretty hench. Isn't that just Monster Hunter? Is it? I've not played Monster Hunter, so... Alright, time to fight another one of these. Nice, very nice. Pretty good. Yeah, decent fight. Oh, Somber 7, yeah. Okay, we'll go renew our flasks just so we can have a full set for Maliketh. Yes, the thing about enemies like Draconic Tree Sentinel, they will just stand there and let you hit them. Also, I like how symmetrical the icons are underneath my health bar now, the buffs. Like when I drink the Wondrous Physic, it's like Winged Sword Insignia, it's like successive hits, attack up, turtleneck, attack up, successive hits. Reminds you of the big centaur guys from Breath of the Wild? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. Let's see how this one goes. Everybody get ready to say the line.
Thou who approacheth destined death, I will not have it.
dude. Yeah, so the first phase of this is going to be difficult because of how I guess diverse his range of attacks is. And how much of my attacking style kind of relies on dealing hits in rapid succession, which his attack patterns don't really allow you to do. You don't really have many openings to get in a ton of hits like that, so we'll see. What swords am I using? 2 Bandit's curved swords, which we farmed from the Church of Pilgrimage on the Weeping Peninsula, which was the first hour or so of the first stream with this weapon. But yeah, it'll usually be in the title because the whole point of this playthrough is I'm playing through with every weapon in alphabetical order. So we just finished with Backhand Blade, now we have Bandit's curved swords. After this, Banished Knight's Great Sword, and so on and so on. Beat the game with every weapon that begins with A. Love Garang's voice. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, really cool sounding guy. The perfect voice to be talking about things like destined death. Okay, yeah, get behind him. That's pretty standard for this whole fight. Need more openings like that, really. Kind of got to trade occasionally for me to start getting good amounts of hits off, like that. I've got to put myself in a vulnerable spot to really be able to make any difference. Nice. Okay, we'll let this one play. I never watched this cutscene half the time. I really need to.
Become my blade once more.
Is that an Italian cold steel? Never mind. Yes, we're doing Castle Morn for the halberd, and we're getting it from Edgar the Revenger. Because it has a weapon skill that you can't get from any other place, as far as I'm aware, because we used that to farm the Albinoric bow, the spinning strikes skill. Deflects arrows and stuff. It's pretty cool, actually. Always muted this cutscene when watching a stream, and now you beat him yourself so you can watch. Does it make any more sense? Alright, this one should go okay. Beast, Clergyman, and Maliketh are 2 very different skill sets for me. Maliketh's second best boy next to Blythe. Okay, took a hit there, not too bad though. Getting behind him during this sequence is crucial. And this one. Oh, so close. Yeah, again, the stamina management comes into play at this point. Yeah, Phase 1 does end up a little more difficult than Phase 2, for this build specifically. The thing is, I also want to get phase 1 done quickly so that the Thorny Crack tier is still in effect, because it gives you a pretty massive damage boost once you get it like to its highest tier. It's got like 3 tiers where I think you get a plus 20% damage boost if you've done like 10 hits in quick succession, which is a tall order, but it's such high damage. Okay, not bad. Good. Good phase 1. Almost didn't lock onto him then. He didn't do this attack last time. Oh, dang it. I thought I was outside of that. Yeah, that first phase went pretty well. Kind of annoyed that I squandered it the second time, but... It was a one-hit part 1, yeah, well... Unless you can convert. It's not going to be as good. I feel like I first tried Maliketh the last couple of times now, so... yeah, I do feel like I need to focus up. It's also getting towards the end of the stream. I'm tired, I'm hungry. Yeah, most Elden Ring bosses, ideally, are quite fast. Because you just want to, like, deal as much damage to them as you can. Just about managed that one. A lot of his attacks like that you can jump over, which is really good. I really wish he could fall off the arena though, that would be pretty funny. He has a lot of like low sweeps, and if you're doing a jump attack at the time, you can basically jump over them. That one didn't work out so great. For whatever reason, a lot of my hits just whiffed. And that one I just mistimed the heal. Alright, cool. Phase 2. Oh yeah, that's huge. That's not great though. I just need to prevent that damage over time from happening. Yeah, that's not happening. I just couldn't get a point where I was at full health, and I just didn't feel safe until I was. So I wasn't playing the right way. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a skill issue if you play carefully. It's, you know, there are different play styles. I've done a couple of playthroughs of this now with, like, using only bows or crossbows, and that you really have to play defensively for. It's just a different mindset. But if you want the fight to be over quickly, then learning to play aggressively is very rewarding. This guy in particular, he's got such high damage output, and that drain effect that all his attacks have is very tough to deal with. I might start popping rune arcs in a second, but I don't have that many of them, so... That one I jumped too close and got me with the swing as well. Okay, we traded, but that's a good trade. There we go. You get in over the first, like, swing that he does. Could have followed up there, but I want to have higher health when we get into phase 2. There we go. Better. Let's go. Okay, need to be behind him for this. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that one at least we can tank, which is not bad. Always be running towards him. Oh, and then that's a true combo every time. Okay. I think a couple more of these. I think if we get through Maliketh, I'm good for the rest of the game. Curse of the Rune Arc. Probably not going to do nearly as well this time around, but we'll give it a try. Watch as he, like, throws me off the side of the bridge. Yep. Get to see all sorts of fun attacks. Really wish I could follow up on that one, but I need to back off and heal. Okay. Early phase transition that time. Oh, huh. Interesting. Oh, we got the roar. It's an unusual one. And backflip. Nice. Keeps his distance. Close the gap. Yep, easy. Good. Backflip. Nailed it, dude. Absolutely crushed it that time. Blessing of the Rune Arc. Heck yeah. Alright. Well, Gideon is toast. Famous last words, but Gideon is toast. We'll see what happens with Godfrey. I think Godfrey should be easy enough because he does a lot of stepping attacks. He does a lot of like stomps and like ground effects and whatnot, and I'm mostly jumping and L1ing right now. Wish my dodge timing was that good too. I'll tell you what it was. I did an Elden Ring randomizer a couple of playthroughs ago when we did the Axe of Godfrey, just so that I wouldn't have to do a New Game Plus run for it. I could get the weapon earlier in the game. And yeah, Maliketh turned up in the arena for the Radagon Elden Beast, like the last fight of the game, and we had to do a full health bar's worth of that fight, and probably more health as well, because it scales them depending on where they are in the game. Like, it'll give a boss less health if it appears like way earlier in the game for whatever reason. And so yeah, I was left doing that fight with no obstacles, nothing to like defend myself or anything. I think one for each. And yeah, so I ended up having to learn that phase of the fight really well. Disturbingly aware that the fabled Rune of Death is just a JPEG floating in space. Yep. Okay, so Gideon fight should go reasonably well. I'm actually confident enough that I might just put the gold scarab on now. Got a very long health bar at this point, so we'll see how we do. The JPEG Rune of Death is unbound. The Rune of Death is uncompressed. Healthy chap, yeah. Health bar as long as your arm. Convert into WebP format? Oh, don't even get me started on WebP format. So difficult to do anything with WebP format. Although personally, I love the fact that Microsoft Paint is still the most diverse image editing tool on the planet because it will recognize literally any format. Including like corrupt files and stuff. It will open them, it will not care.
I knew you'd come.
Did you?
Stand before the Elden Ring.
Did you know I'd do this?
It's a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit, but alas, none shall take the throne. Queen Marika has high hopes for us. If we continue to struggle unto eternity. I know in my
Get wrecked.
a tarnished
Oh, I really wish I had a gold pickle foul foot as well. He gives you so much time to use them.
cannot kill a god.
Alright. Well played. Put the Turtle Talisman back. Get these, whatever those are doing there. And we'll put one more into strength. 50 is good. We'll put one more into health. And yeah. 7,000 is fine. Let's see how we do against Godfrey. 2 bosses remain, although technically 4 bosses remain. Give me the right weapon, I can kill anything. That's the idea. The idea is that anything is the right weapon. Still got a waypoint over there in the Consecrated Snowfield. Yeah, it says man cannot kill God. 20 minutes later, God slain. Alright, cruising towards 20 past 8 here, and... oh, we can summon Nefeli. Let's summon Nefeli. We've done her quest line, we deserve it. I got nothing to prove at this point. Rah! Sorosh basically being like, hey, there's a dude here.
While, Morgott.
Why does that think it's a link? You put a period in it. That's typically what happens, I think. Anyone care to find out what happens when you click it? Probably not.
Long and hard didst thou fight, tarnished warrior, spurned by the grace of gold.
Server not found, error, fair play.
Be assured the Elden Ring resteth close at hand.
I'm surprised it let you post it, to be honest, because most of the time I suppose if it recognizes something as a link, it's going to remove it from chat, but most of the time auto mod just prevents you from posting links.
Returned. To be granted audience once more.
Yeah, I figured it was a reference to the sound effect. Clang.
Upon my name as Godfrey, the first Elden Lord.
Let's fight. Get him, Nefeli. That didn't start well. Nefeli's back here doing something. Getting hit by this as well. You're going to be jealous of the buffs I'm rocking right now. Nice work, Nefeli. Oh my god. Well, Nefeli's getting power bombed. And I'm coming back in to finish the job. Yeah! Thanks for your help, Nefeli. The tag team wins the WWE Championship, lifts the title belt. Lord of Stormvale fades out. The Elden Lord fades in. Yeah, not bad. Pretty good, actually. Pretty good, actually. Yeah, I think 2 more in strength. I think we've got enough health. Thanks to Morgott's rune. Can we get to 90k? I think we can get to 90k. Yeah, we're at 99. We're like a level away from 125. Oh, textbook, dude. Didn't even get to see him put his left foot out. No. Indeed, no. 1 more in strength, just for the damage. And again, we're still getting physical defense from that, which is probably one of the reasons we've survived these last few fights in the circumstances that we have. Either way, time to fight Radagon and Elden Beast. So Elden Beast won't be particularly vulnerable to the Flame and Frostbite. I think it has vulnerability to basically every status. But Radagon actually takes more damage from fire attacks. So we're here. We did it. Going slightly longer on the stream than I intended to, but when the end of the game is this close, you gotta. You gotta. And then we can start Banished Knight's Greatsword on Tuesday. Hello, Marika. Looking awfully impaled. Yeah, about that. We're about to see the Impaler. No, he's in the DLC, that's true. That is also true. Kind of ironic, actually, that he's the Impaler, when his mother is also very impaled. You and your freaking arc reactor. Alright, let's go! Time for Counterattack Strats 101. Actually, first let's run and get one of these going. Heck yeah. Okay. Counterattack Strat number 1, jumping. Didn't follow up with a Nova that time, interesting. Okay, ground pounds. Still kind of work. Oh, that's a big one, that. Taking surprisingly little damage, though. I think L1 spam for the next one. Haven't seen that move in a while, actually. Oh, yes. Oh, the problem now is I need to heal. There we go. Oh, got me on that last one. No worries, though. Stop teleporting. He's got the full combo going. It's like a 12-piece full combo. Oh yeah, I forgot that can get you if you're that close. This is it for you. Nice. Very nice. Now let's try and shred Elden Beast with the same aplomb. We'll let the cutscene play though. Considering that we did so well with the same like fast attack strats on Backhand Blade, I see this going in a similar direction. I think Backhand Blade prepped me really well for this run, actually. We're looking at about 6.5 hours of playtime total on this run, so pretty comparable, actually. We had more diversions for interesting bits and pieces. Fast rolls make this look so much easier. I think I'm still on a medium roll. Are you on a heavy roll? Because I can't heavy roll in this game. Like, I just need to up my endurance until I medium roll. Sword is awfully flesh-like. Yeah. It's funny, for the length of the blade, the handle part that its hand is holding is really weirdly short. It looks like it should be a Zweihander, but obviously this thing is God or whatever, so sure, infinitely strong, why not? Doesn't really have the proportions of like a long sword, you know? Anyway, let's bring the camera back. Would really love to actually see where I am, thank you. Yep. Ow. This is why I need Torrent for this fight. Okay, we're getting rings this time. That's fine. Name of the game. Where are you? There you are. Good. I think my main problem overall here is just the fact that I do better damage when I'm not on Torrent. But for maneuverability, it makes a lot of sense for me to be on Torrent. Oh, I may be bottling this just on the amount of health I don't have. So maybe we need to be a little more cautious here. As long as we don't get waves of gold, I'm fine. Oh, good. Okay, gotta be a little careful with this then. 3 rings? Or just moving? Three rings, okay. Okay. Okay, gave me an opening. And we capitalized. Thank goodness for that. Okay, bandits, curved swords, all done. That felt right. That felt like right level of challenge, you know? Pretty good, pretty good. Hey, 3.14, thank you so much. It's always really cool to hear people are still into the Minecraft Survival Guide. New episodes are going to be coming this week. We've got a new update dropping on Tuesday, and I will have some stuff about building in between now and then. Anyway, we'll put a few points into Vigor at the end here, but it doesn't really matter all that much. This was a fun playthrough. First time doing this kind of stat spread where, yes, it's strength dex, but like a little bit into intelligence purely for the weapon scaling, not for like needing to cast sorcery, which is, yeah, unusual for these playthroughs of mine. Another one down, folks. Another one down. Let's put 54 into strength. And we will mend the Elden Ring and get those credits. Oh, shout out to my backup PC for actually playing this game well. All of the last bosses on the first try. I mean, I had help with Godfrey, but yeah, I'll take it. Pretty happy with that. Gideon is a joke as long as you're not a spellcaster or somebody who just uses bows and crossbows. Godfrey Hoarah Loux is still a really fun fight. Radagon I'm just now starting to get the point of. And yeah, Elden Beast is just a DPS race. Damage sponge. No, I have not heard of that. Gonna get a couple of... Oh, hang on. Yeah, I confused it by hitting the screenshot button. It opened like a Windows thing. I meant to hit F12 for the Steam screenshot. We'll get one of him on the throne.
A story.
The only part of Radagon I struggle with is projectile spam. Yeah, the trick is to
became Elden Lord.
Dodge the lightning bolt when he's about to hit it. When it's about to hit, not when he's about to throw it. Because it actually travels to you quite slowly.
Our seed will look back upon us and recall an age of fracture.
Dan Bandit. You know, most of these playthroughs are going to end with a character with those red eyes because of it being, like, Moog, right? Is this the shortest run? Not quite. It is one of the shorter ones, though. So we'll do a brief wrap-up here at the end, as we often do. Let's hop up here. Status, level 130. Decent stats overall. The two bandits' curved swords, very nice. We started young. We only got older. Bandits' curved swords with the fire and cold affinities. I always say flame, but then flame art is the faith scaling one, which would have thrown this build in a completely different direction. But of course, Flame of the Redmanes is just a fire guild, so pretty good, all things considered. And this is just OP. This combo right there is OP. Plus some Thorny Crack Tear on that, shreds. If you're a Dex build and the whole point is to do damage quickly, Prosthesis Wearer Heirloom we could have swapped out for any number of things, I think, but I mean it gave us some extra Dex, so why not, right? A sixth of the run was farming for the weapon, yes. So with 6 hours and 45 minutes more or less on the clock, that is where we're going to say farewell to Dan Bandit. Folks, thank you so much for joining me for Elden Ring once again. We're going to be back on Tuesday with some more of this and some more, you know, other bits and pieces. Some more Minecraft. Let's see who's streaming live on Twitch. And see who will raid today. Got a few people doing some fun bits and pieces. Let's see if we can find somebody else to raid in the Elden Ring category, because I have not dropped in on too many people who are streaming the same things that I am streaming. So let's see. Oh, I know who we can raid. Let's go raid Jojoy. Jojoy is one I've been watching play through. I think she's on the DLC now? I can't remember exactly where she's got to, but yeah, Joy's streams are great. She's definitely an adult, I'll put it that way. Adult language, adult conversation. Slightly less family friendly than things are here, but yeah, she's a treat. You'll enjoy her streams. If you're enjoying Elden Ring, obviously don't post spoilers if you can help it. But yeah, where's she at right now? Is this Lanedale? Yeah, it's Lanedale. Okay, I just saw the Bolt of Gransax thing in the background. Anyway, enjoy the stream, and I'll be back with you folks on Tuesday. Until then, take care. Have a good one. Bye for now.